Breaking news. Chris Ngige arrested in Abuja by EFCC. Serve the zoo and come back in shame. Good afternoon, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. This is Biafra Unite Television breaking news update. Today's date is 11th of December 2025. Former governor of Anambra State and immediate past Minister of Labor and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, has reportedly been taken into custody by security operatives in the nation's capital. The incident took place at his residence on Justice Mohammed Bello Street, where heavily armed personnel arrived in an operation that remains shrouded in uncertainty. So far, no security agency has issued an official statement confirming involvement. Initial reports raised fears of a possible kidnapping, but sources familiar with the situation now indicate that operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, carried out the arrest. Details surrounding the reasons for the operation are still emerging. A source familiar with the development told Sahara reporters on Thursday morning that former Minister of Labor and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, was humiliated during the arrest, stressing that the operation was an EFCC operation, not a kidnap. Ngige's former media aide, Fred Chukwilobi, later confirmed that the former governor is currently in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In a brief statement, Chukwilobi said, former governor of Anambra State and immediate past Minister of Labor and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, is with the EFCC. More details later. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has yet to issue an official statement on the arrest of former Minister of Labor and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, leaving the exact reason for the operation unclear at the time of filing this report. This latest development comes just days after Ngige's convoy was attacked by armed men in Anambra State. A police officer was shot during the ambush, and several others were injured. Ngige was not in the vehicle at the time of the attack. The former governor is no stranger to dramatic political incidents. In 2003, during his tenure as Anambra State governor, he was abducted by political actors, an episode that drew nationwide attention and remains one of the most controversial events in the state's political history. Meanwhile, in the developing story, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is expected to possibly arraign former Minister of Labor and Productivity and ex-governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chris Ngige, in court today. Ngige was taken into custody on Wednesday after about 20 EFCC operatives from the agency's WUS 2 zonal office stormed his Abuja residence. According to a family member, the operation was carried out in a commando-style raid, leaving relatives and aides stunned. The EFCC has not yet released an official statement regarding the charges or circumstances surrounding the arrest. A family member alleged that Dr. Chris Ngige was not allowed to change his clothes during Wednesday's operation, claiming he was taken away still wearing his pajamas as EFCC operatives moved him out of his Abuja residence. Prior to the arrest, the former governor had reportedly been on administrative bail from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, following an earlier invitation and questioning by the agency over yet-to-be-disclosed issues. Sources indicate that Ngige had been in communication with the EFCC and was said to be cooperating with investigators. As part of the bail conditions, he was instructed to submit his travel documents to the agency before the latest development unfolded. Sources say Dr. Chris Ngige had recently embarked on a medical trip to the United States, but the journey was interrupted after he lost his passport in the United Kingdom while transiting. The incident forced him to abort the trip and return to Nigeria. He reportedly obtained emergency travel documents from the Nigerian High Commission in London, which enabled him to fly back to Abuja. Upon his return, the former two-time minister under the Buhari administration was said to have drafted a letter to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, notifying the agency of the loss of his passport and explaining that he no longer had the travel document he was expected to surrender. However, before he could deliver the letter, EFCC operatives stormed his residence on Justice Mohammed Bello Road in Asokoro, Abuja, and whisked him away. Dr. Chris Ngige is said to have expressed surprise and concern over his arrest, insisting he had not violated the conditions of his administrative bail and had continued to cooperate with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in its investigations. Sources indicate that the former governor's case is expected to move to court, where charges may be formally filed. The court will then hear submissions from his legal team and determine whether he will be granted bail pending further proceedings.